But trigger warning, we're going to be talking about murder, and we're going to be talking about child in a coma. So if any of that like triggers you, those two things trigger. So murder and child in a coma. So if either of those trigger you, click off, don't watch it. We'll see you in probably one of the other videos on my channel. If you don't like horror movies, there are probably other things that interest you. If you like Degrassi, or if you like books, or Nancy Drew's after Degrassi. So if you like Nancy Drew, you can stay tuned for that. Hello. So my sister's home, so she's trying to get GameCube started up because if the GameCube, okay, so the GameCube, y'all better know what that is. If you don't, Google it. But it's a gaming system that's a little old, okay, and the temperature in the room affects it. So if it's like winter and it's freezing cold, it takes a long time to warm up. If it's summer and it's really hot, it's like ready to go. So temperature affects it, and where we live, it's bipolar weather central. Like, it's like, it'll be really cold and then really hot, or really hot and really cold. My allergies hate it. Anyway, what we're here to do today is, it is officially spoopy season. And because it is spoopy season, what we do is we are back to rating horror movies. If you know, last year we finished The Conjuring. I have not seen The Nun 2, okay? I know y'all are gonna fling the comments saying The Nun 2 came out. I have not gotten the time. I will be seeing that. I will be, because that is my shit. But we're gonna start with a new series of horror movies, Insidious. If you haven't seen these, you should go watch them, because they're good. And no, before you fling my comment section again, I have not seen Insidious The Red Door. Okay? I know. And I really wanted to see it, but I will find a way to watch it. Anyway. So now to what we're actually talking about. We're talking about the first one. So you know how we do this. I'm going to read the plot, and then you're going to see my favorite clip, and then I'm going to rate it. So let's jump into the plot. Married couple Josh and Renee Lambert have recently moved into a new home with their sons Dalton and Foster and their infant daughter Callie. One evening, Dalton sneaks into the attic where he encounters a mysterious entity. I can't read. The next day, he inexplicably slips into a coma. 3 months later, with no results at the hospital, Renee and Josh take Dalton back home. The family begins to experience frightening paranormal events, including strange noises and their home security alarm going off on its own repeatedly. Foster also claims he's seen the comatose Dalton walking around the house, and Renee finds a bloody handprint on Dalton's bed. Later, Renee begins seeing a fiendish, long-haired apparition, that sounds like a banshee, that tries to attack her. The Lamberts decide to move, with Renee believing the house to be haunted. By the way, I said it sounds like a banshee. That was not written there. That was my own thought. Yeah, okay. However, the supernatural activity continues in their new home when Renee sees the ghost of a young child dressed in period attire. Josh's mother, Lorraine, arrives and explains she had a nightmare about a demon with a red face in Dalton's bedroom. She later sees the same demon behind Josh, and Dalton's bedroom is ransacked by unseen forces. I don't know what I was reading. Lorraine calls psychic Elise Rayner and her paranormal investigators Specs and Tucker. They are amazing. In Dalton's bedroom, Elise sees a vision of a red-faced demon. I just want to say, Specs and Tucker, they are the best. Whoever doesn't agree with that, get out. Elise explains that Dalton is not in a coma. He was born with the ability to astral project his consciousness and has been unknowingly doing so in his sleep, believing he was simply dreaming. This time he's traveled too far and has been captured in a purgatory dimension called the Farther, a place inhabited by the tortured spirits of the deceased. Without his consciousness present, his body is comatose, but spirits desire to use it so they can re-enter the physical world. Josh accuses Elise of being a scam artist and throws her out, but later finds drawings in Dalton's room that seem to confirm Elise's theory. Josh brings Elise and her team back. After an attempted seance goes horribly wrong, Elise explains that she has known Lorraine for decades and had previously helped Josh when he was a child. Josh also possesses the ability to astral project, but had suppressed his memory of it years ago with Elise's help. After she helped him beat the parasitic spirit of an evil old woman that wanted to possess him. The only way to rescue Dalton is for Josh to go into the further and save him. Elise puts Josh in a hypnotic trance and he's able to project himself into the further. He finds his way to Dalton, encountering multiple dangerous and horrifying ghosts along the way. He frees his son, but they're chased and attacked by the red-faced demon while the spirits of the further invade the real world and terrorize Renee, Elise, and the others. Josh is confronted by the old woman that tormented him as a child. He tries once and for all to overcome his fear, and she appears to retreat from him. Josh and Dalton wake up in the real world, and the invading spirits vanish. The family celebrates their victory, believing that the nightmare is over. Elise senses that something is amiss about Josh. When she snaps a photo of him, Josh becomes very angry and strangles her. Renee discovers Elise's corpse and sees the photograph she took. The photo reveals that Josh is now possessed by the ghost of the old woman from his childhood, the latter having slipped into his body when he confronted her in the further. Josh appears behind Renee and she lets out a frightened gasp. So that's the plot. Obviously, pretty intense. But yeah, so I'll put the clip in here so you can see, you know.
Renee, I'm right here.
Now my rating. Let's see. Well, I give it a 10 out of 10. It is beautifully done. I like when they're going into the further, I like seeing all the different parts, all the different spirits, like just everything that came together. I've gotten that before. The one thing that I really like about it and that freaks me out so much is when you turn to the people sitting on the couch and they're just smiling. Like, it's just like the creepy wide-eyed, it's freaky. Anyway, so there are a lot of moments that will make you jump and will jump scare, but I think the thing is about it, be careful with your volume when you're watching it, because especially on the title screen, these violins will blow your eardrums out if you're not ready. And so I'm gonna say, the thing I'm gonna bring up is, I'm gonna put this at the beginning. It just happened to be at the end, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.